Hello everyone, this is Umbromancer. So I wanted to make a quick reply to Sameoldji's video regarding being true to character and how he handles that. And well, I thought how I would handle it, and my approach is to look at the games in two different categories. I tend to look at games as team games, focused on trying to do one thing, like group games, like your D&D, or or its variants, or games like Shadowrun, when you're part of a group and you have a mission to accomplish. So teamwork is important, and what you're actually trying to do often supersedes what your own character's personal story is. And I make that distinction versus other games like Burning Wheel or most of the PBTA games, if not all of them, where it's more personal, and the focus, I think, is more on the character's own story or on the character's own development. PBTA in particular, most of those games are written in a sort of adversarial situation where there's a lot of PvP interaction is expected, particularly in Apocalypse World. Depending on what game I'm doing, if I'm playing one of those team games like a D&D variant or Shadowrun or something like that, I tend not to, I will default to what's best for the group most of the time, instead of what my character would do, or in the sense of staying true to the character, because I feel that the larger picture is the group trying to engage in a mission or whatever it is we're trying to accomplish as a group. In contradistinction, when I'm playing Burning Wheel or any of the PBTA, then it's more personal. It's about the character and how the character would react to these situations. There was a video recently, an internal video on Facebook by Robert the Narrator, where he also mentions a logistical component. If you stay true to the character, a lot of times it will result in you going off on your own, and then that forces the GM to split time between the rest of the group and your character. Now, the beauty of it is that games like Burning Wheel and most of the PBTA readily support that type of play, as opposed to, say, a version of D&D where the group is expected to go through the whatever it is that you're doing today. So I think that one thing reinforces the other, right? So the game is already tailored for being able to split the party and go off and do your own thing. Then, that favors my thought process on the matter also. So again, when it's a group dynamic, I tend to default to the benefit of the group. When it's one of those character-driven games, I will try to do whatever is true to the character, and even so, I usually stop the game right there, and if it's something very controversial, I might stop and check with the rest of the group, right? Is this okay? Is this going to be a source of disruption too big for the game to handle, too big for the GM to handle? It's usually a short interruption, and I will throw out what my character is considering, right, before I make the big decision. And I haven't found it to be too disruptive. There are games where I will just do it, right, without really second guessing anybody. So I don't know, it's two different ways of looking at things, two different ways of doing it. But my own thought process is group game, stay with the group; character game, then do your thing. Maybe check with the group just to make sure that no hard feelings. So anyway, that's it. I'll link to Sameoldji's video below. Thanks. Bye-bye.